What's up, YouTube? I wanted to wait a bit before I reviewed this chapter just for proper translation because I did read the leaks like everyone else, but I wanted to wait until the official release so I didn't make any mistakes on the power of Uzuhiko. Having said that, we're gonna dive into Two Blue Vortex Chapter 3, and Kishimoto went in his bag in this one. Man was cooking something crazy. So the chapter starts off with Code questioning the Rasengan Uzuhiko and Boruto still walking towards Code. Code thinks it's the vanishing Rasengan, but then thinks that why would Boruto be walking towards him because that's a long-range attack. Something I want to add is that I guess there's limits to omnipotence, because I was pretty sure that omnipotence switched Kawaki and Boruto with Code, so Code would probably assume that the vanishing Rasengan was Kawaki, but maybe I'm looking too much into it. Maybe omnipotence is just clouding everything in the events around Boruto and Kawaki, but not their techniques. Code then gets impatient and teleports behind Boruto using his claw marks and attempts to attack him, but Boruto swiftly dodges and heads back and attempts to hit him with the Rasengan Uzuhiko, but Code grabs his hand and attempts to hit him back, but Boruto counterattacks by unsheathing his sword and blocking Code's clawed hand. Code is cocky, saying, "You seem real confident about this jutsu, so it's a shame that you can't hit me with it," while at the same time Code starts to activate his white karma seal. And Boruto is still displaying that same Black Force energy, saying killing you is easy, in fact I'm already halfway there. And at that moment the swirling wind that had appeared around Boruto started swirling around Code at the same time. Code doesn't understand what the swirling is, and Boruto once again says, "This is your last warning, Code. Take me to where Ten Tails is, and if you refuse, you can die here." And Code isn't listening to any of that. He just says, "It's very funny that you say you can kill me." And then he lunges at Boruto for the kill. But once again, Boruto just mysteriously dodges the attack. In fact, we can't even say that it's dodging. He simply was just moving out of the way, and Code even remarks that the ability is beyond dodging. Code then remarks that it's not genjutsu or shadow clones. I really like the fact that he mentioned genjutsu, because genjutsu has been non-existent in all of Boruto. Sure, Sarada uses it, but it's only in like the anime canon. I hope that Two Blue Vortex can go into genjutsu and bring it back like how it was in Naruto Shippuden. Boruto then speed blitzes Code from behind to where Code just slowly looks back and catches Boruto as Boruto hits him with the Rasengan Uzuhiko. At that point, all the wind that had been encasing Boruto rushes into Code upon impact with the technique. Code is flung back by the power of the technique. We then get a cut from Ada and Damon, with Ada saying, "That's it? How is it different from any ordinary Rasengan?" Damon remarks how Boruto is making the ground tremble, and then remarks that it's rather the entire Earth, that Boruto's attack makes use of the planetary spin of the Earth. And Damon says, "That's nifty." Back to Boruto and Code. Boruto says he didn't expect Code to still be standing after getting hit by the Rasengan Uzuhiko. We then see from Code's perspective that everything is spinning. Code drops to the ground and Boruto begins to explain the mechanics of the Rasengan Uzuhiko. A Rasengan that incorporates a planet's chakra, its rotation, meaning Boruto hit Code with a Rasengan that is one with the planet's rotation, meaning the technique will never stop as long as the Earth is still rotating. This is an insanely broken jutsu. The damage is even semi-permanent. It's semi because Code's life will run out before the planet stops spinning. The spinning is so out of control, Code can't even stand up properly anymore. And this next scene is sick. Boruto pulls up on Code how Goku pulled up on Moro when Moro couldn't handle the angelic power from Mirrors. It was such a disrespectful moment from Boruto, showing Code that Boruto could indeed kill him if he desired to. Boruto then tells Code that he can rescind Uzuhiko as long as he leads him to where the Ten Tails is, and he says it's even a choice a fool can make. But then at that same moment, Kawaki barges in and tries to kill Boruto with a strike from his cybernetic enhanced arm. Kawaki is then accompanied by Shikadai, Inojin, Chocho, and Himawari. Boruto looks a little shocked to see Himawari, but it's been 3 years, so you'd expect that. But Boruto and Kawaki finally see each other after 3 years, face to face. Shikadai asks Boruto what he's doing here and what he's discussing with Code, to where Boruto replies that he's trying to make a deal and to ask them to stop interfering with him and Code. Code tries to escape with his claw marks, but Kawaki instantly shrinks him with his unnamed dojutsu. Shikamaru asks Kawaki to report in and asks what the situation is. Kawaki tells Shikamaru that he doesn't know what happened, but that Code is pretty drained, and he also dealt with the last of his claw marks, so he can probably kill him now. So Shikamaru gives Kawaki the go-ahead to kill Code. Boruto tells Kawaki to move away from Code because he's still trying to negotiate with him to get the 10 tails. But as you know, Kawaki isn't having any of that and asks Boruto who is he to order him around, and that if he showed himself back in Konoha that he's ready to die. Code uses the ongoing confusion to have a claw mark come out to surprise Kawaki and then retreats through one of the claw marks and through the claw grime. This was such a wild moment to me because Code was just sitting there for like minutes. Kawaki could have easily just killed him as soon as Boruto just jumped away. But you know, plot has to keep Code alive for his eventual purpose down the line. So Code successfully escaped, and Shikamaru tells Kawaki and the gang that Code probably hasn't just turned tail and run off and to kill all the claw grimes that remain. Kawaki tells all of them to go ahead while he catches up with Boruto, who both of them haven't seen each other in 3 years. There's then a cut shown back to the shinobi that saved Sarada, who got turned into a tree by one of the claw grimes. Sarada correctly deduces that the 10 tails is a creature that becomes the divine tree upon eating the Otsutsuki, and maybe that devouring beings is instinctual. So another Konoha shinobi replies that this is a defective divine tree because it devoured a human instead of the Otsutsuki. And Sarada says that she's not sure, but she is sure that he's not dead and that the human who turned into a tree is still alive. Back to Boruto and Kawaki. Kawaki is trying to flame Boruto, talking about, what's up with your outfit? You an Uchiha adoptee now? To which Boruto replied that your smack talk sure hasn't changed, but I'm glad to see that you and Himawari are looking well. Yeah, Boruto is a good one. Kawaki took away everything from him and he's still concerned about him and Kawaki. That's so crazy. But Kawaki is on that demon time too, because he asked Boruto why is he here, and if he's come home to die then he'll help him right here and now. Boruto says dying in Konoha doesn't sound bad, but not today. He tells Kawaki to butt out of this and that he still has business with Code and that he's in his way. And Kawaki has a smart ass reply saying, you're the only one who's in anyone's way, Boruto, don't you think? And then for like the best part of the chapter, we see Kashin Koji's Toad appear under Boruto's collar, telling him that infiltration is accomplished. Boruto, Code has returned to his base. So it seems Boruto implanted Code with the Toad when he hit him with the Uzuhiko. And I also say this is Kashin Koji's Toad because what other character in the show has toads like these? Boruto asks the Toad if there's any sign of 10 tails. While the Toad is still looking around, we see Code stumbling into his base, and we then see Bug, who's been transformed into a tree. Code then stumbles in front of the 10 tails, and the Toad attached to him gets a good look at the pit below. The 10 tails' main body is intact inside the pit, now devoid of chakra, shrunken down to its emaciated state. The 10 tails is being held down with chakra rods and the claw marks Shinjutsu. It's a really cool panel. We see that the claw marks even over the 10 tails eye, so that explains how some of the 10 tails can use the Rinnegan supposedly. The Toad then confirms to Boruto that the 10 tails is there inside the pit, and Boruto says good, and that's where the chapter ends off. So now my thoughts on chapter 3. This was definitely the best chapter to date. It was very action-packed and we finally got to see the 10 tails main body again after so long. One of the big questions I have right now is the power of the white karma seal. We see that Boruto handled Code this chapter without even activating his own karma seal, and Code activated his white karma seal. But how much power is it actually giving Code? We know that the white karma seal is basically just a weapon, a power-up that a warrior could use in battle, as explained by Amato. But because Code is not Otsutsuki as of yet, the white karma seal in theory is useless to him, as long as his opponents are Otsutsuki tier and above. And also on the subject of Code, what's next for him in the story? Boruto literally sent him packing without much of a scratch on him. Code has been such a disappointment, but even so, I still have hope for his future in the story. Like I said earlier, Code could have easily died by Kawaki earlier in the chapter, but Kishimoto once again let Code get away, so I believe his importance down the line is imperative. Another thing is that Boruto actually didn't use his Jogan in this fight with Code. Not that he had to, but I personally don't believe he's awakened the Jogan as of yet anyway. Or has full mastery of it, for that matter. 2 Blue Vortex just started, and I believe that the Jogan will be a power that Boruto gets down the line of the story, and not immediately having it by the start. But how did you guys like the chapter? Let me know in the comments below. If you want more anime content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Until chapter 4, guys. Later.